Hi. Hi. That sounds better. A little more strength in my voice. Even though my voice, I'm starting to lose it a little bit, raspier. But maybe that's all about the change that's actually occurring for me. In the past couple of weeks, I've made a big change, and sometimes these changes take time to start to manifest. And one of the things as I started doing is taking that time to be grateful every day. For me, I like to listen to classical music. Well, it's not a big problem. I like music, period, but if anything is going to motivate me and help me feel those emotions of gratitude, those steps into gratitude from the more physical mindset, I definitely find classical music does that, especially Bach's air in the G string. So I might even have said that wrong, but I don't really care. The point is that's what helps me to do that. And I'm sure whatever you have helps you do it to get there, or maybe you need to find those things that will help make you those steps into gratitude, which really gratitude and love always exists, but we become separate from them because we get so caught into the physical. We've become those people that are more into the world than into who we truly are. And today, I needed to get here right in front of this camera after having and experiencing some great revelations, because one of the things I have been doing too is listening to motivational, some self-help videos every day, and really amazing information out there from some very knowledgeable people, and very inspiring. I've been reading the new Psycho-Cybernetics, right, if you can see that. Okay, great book, probably one of from the first coach experts a long time ago. I think I'm probably wrong, but it comes from the early 1900s, so pretty amazing. But this is really what got my attention today, is hearing the talk of a system, and it's called RWID. R stands for relative, W stands for weight, I stands for importance, and D is duration. So relative, we have, you could think you can do something, but the other side of your brain is saying you can't, like Goliath, David and Goliath, right? Goliath's big and strong and has this confidence. And there's David, who's this little guy, in the biblical reference of this little guy with a little slingshot. Goliath should have destroyed David, but he didn't. It took one shot from David. Maybe metaphorically, we could look at it is that one thought of yours, that from the little person you think you are, and I don't mean in an ego way, but in that you're part of all, you have potential, you're here for a reason. That higher self idea of yourself, one thought got through and slayed the overconfident ego Goliath. Then there's the steps into that little person becoming the great person. And if we, I guess, really look at the story of David in the biblical sense, how he became this great person from the little slingshot. Whether, it really doesn't matter if the story is true or not, but the point is real, is we all have this ability to, realize how little we think of ourselves and our depletion, our limitations, to this opportunity to see yourself for who you really are, that you can slay ego. right? You can slay it. It has its place in certain things, and certain things we should fear, but you can slay that giant who has ruled your life forever. And to me, I think is the body is actually, the physical body is a past representation. That stuff's already happened. The physical is always after the energy, and it takes, an idea of time and space to actually become a physical formation. So if you consider that, then that your body is your past, okay, and you're building on that, and you are going on from a past recording if you are only listening to your body. The moment that David in you with the, little slingshot comes forward and says, hey, you know what? I have a part to play in this. I have a purpose. I need to move on. I need to think of myself as something greater. Otherwise, we're going to keep being beaten. But really, the enemy was within all the time. It had nothing to do with that. Matter of fact, I believe there's a saying that says about, you have nothing to fear except for the enemy within. Okay? And that was your Goliath. And in a sense, you can become the true, honorable Goliath without ego, but one that isn't meant to destroy other people, but one that is meant to live this great purpose. And in a way, that's what David grew into. Okay, but, if we look at it in the biblical story, into this great leader, but the truth behind it is, no matter what, if the story is true or not, is that there was this connection with spirit, this greatness, okay, that led to that victory. And if you keep following that into something so much greater that we all need you to do, we all need to recognize that bigness within. So, you have these relatives of two different thoughts, right? One of this great uplifting thought, and the other one of how you can't coincide at the same time. Now you choose. Which one is it? And then that's what the W stands for, of the RWID. W stands for the weight. So how much weight are you going to put to whichever thought, to that the little guy thought, or to that great person? I heard the analogy of the mouse and the lion. So how much are you going to be the mouse and dwell on that? How much are you going to be the lion and dwell on that? Both have a place in mouse and lion, but in mouse we're looking at the smallness of the idea of limitation, limited beliefs, however. And in the other side, the lion, who is this leader, right? Maybe this fierce, powerful leader, takes care of his cubs and everything else. So how much weight are you going to give that? How much time are you going to spend on that? Okay, and then the importance you give it. Now, if you see yourself as a mouse, don't you go around the rest of your day, and that's how you see yourself. Everything is too big. Can't do it. All those kinds of things. Where the lion perspective would be, well, I'm great, so I must have this power to get over these things and truly be the person that, or living my purpose I want to be. I truly want to be that greatness of spirit. Remember, the body follows after. So, but all this time, that energy is shifting depending on your thoughts. And then, how long can you think that for? Right? How long duration? So, when we think about duration, we think about time and space. So, if you are going to be that mouse, and today you live that mouse idea, right? That little person idea, okay? And then you're living that. Isn't it true that it becomes repetition, the duration, and then that's how you see lots of things. Your perspective becomes that, and then as your perspective comes that, that's your belief about yourself. Maybe you already held that belief, but you just keep going, right? And, then you're wiring those neurons to that. What's that? Neurons that, wired together, stay together. Anyways, whatever reason, right now I'm just so excited about the message I forgot the saying. But neurons that fire together, wire together. Well, guess what? You just kept that circuit going, and then in the stages into the physical, which is part of my series of holographic man. You get in the physical, you become that mouse. I mean, you're not going to have hair in that, even though that maybe you'd be a cute mouse. I don't know, but you have little ears and tail, right? Everybody step on you. Isn't that how you're living your life? Then the other side is, hey, you got the duration of each day. Yeah, you're going to have these little person thoughts, but each day you start to catch yourself. And more often than not, you're having this greatness of that you have these abilities, you have these skills, you have the right to live your life purpose. Isn't that what you start to manifest then? Right? Neurons that fire together, wire together. It's your choice. And today, I changed my schedule today because, looking at my calendar, is this who I really want to be? Right? I'm not saying, suddenly tomorrow I quit everything and all that, but what I have to do is start looking at, that greatness, right, of spirit, who really is, Karen, what was she here for? And definitely all inside of us, that's the truth that's unfolding. And it comes to a point where you can't fight it. I mean, you can ignore it, and I do. And I did. Okay? But today was a little different. And seeing this RWID, which again is relative, right? That's two thoughts. The weight, which one are you going to give the most weight to? Okay? Importance, right? How much importance are you going to give it? And the duration. And then there's your environment. There's you, because you know what? Here's the interesting thing. You are the common denominator in every relationship you have. Your common denominator in your family, in your environment, right? Because you're it. I don't know if you've gone places that you haven't gone to, okay? Or weren't there with yourself. It's almost impossible in the physical sense. But I leave you with that today. RWID. Relative, your thoughts, the two thoughts, the weight. You pick one and you give, one more weight than the other. Importance, right? How much? How important is that to you, right? And duration. Okay. And the big thing is reminding you or one of the things I'd also like to add to that is, one of the things that I heard today too, which I think is very true, and because I believe that the body is a past manifestation, really, it isn't just suddenly to it. It had a process, is that your limited beliefs are simply that. But what happens if you stop dwelling on them and you started creating new beliefs, those really don't matter. That was created from your subconscious, what's going on. Maybe you're conscious of them, whatever, but you took that on and made it a belief and made it a pattern in yourself, made those neurons fire together, wire together, to create the being that you are now. What happens if you simply stop the chatter? Realize, you almost don't even have to realize the beliefs that will serve you anymore. Those are going to come out when you kind of look back in retrospect, because as soon as you start thinking about them again, isn't that where you are? You're in the past, and you need to be totally present now to connect with that spirit. All time is now. So I leave that with you today, and I hope you have a most wonderful, uplifting, and greatness of spirit day.